All right, guys, so we're going to do some technical analysis on Ethereum to kick off the stream. That's one of the big things that I want to talk about today. We did a lot of Bitcoin technical analysis. I spent like 30 minutes on the Bitcoin chart yesterday. So, guys, if you're interested in Bitcoin TA, make sure to go and watch the VOD. It is up on the channel. But today, I want to talk about Ethereum because I think there's some very important things happening on the Ethereum chart that you are going to want to be aware of. Let's go ahead and dive on to that. Ethereum was in a descending triangle pattern up until just a couple of days ago when we managed to actually break bullish out of it. Ever since then, Ethereum has been rallying, and in fact, we just hit a 9 flash on the TD sequential for Ethereum. By the way, again, we're not covering Bitcoin today, but we did just hit a 9 flash on Bitcoin's TD sequential. That's the exact thing that we said was going to happen. I told you guys yesterday that we need to consolidate below $40,000. And then we have a chance to blast off from $40,000 on Bitcoin. That is what is occurring. But over on Ethereum, we broke this downtrending level of resistance in a very strong way. In fact, when we broke above it, we rallied above resistance around $2,200, and we're currently sitting just below $2,400, which is a major level of resistance that Ethereum needs to break through. This level of $2,400 was set as resistance back on the 6th of July and also on the 4th of July, Independence Day. We also saw that there was quite a bit of trading going on around the lows here at $2,400 back in around the 29th of May and the 13th of June. All of that trading put $2,400 on the map as a critical level of support and resistance. And even looking at the VPVR, we can see that a vast majority of trading has happened in between this $2,200 and $2,400 region over the last couple of months that we've been trading above $2,000. So $2,400 is the price to beat right now. And good news for anyone in Ethereum, we are currently in a short-term symmetrical triangle pattern. It's a triangle pattern because, well, it looks like a triangle. That's about the best way you can define that. And it's symmetrical because both trend lines are moving in opposite directions. It would be a wedge, an ascending wedge, if they were both moving in the same direction, and it would be a ascending triangle pattern or a descending triangle pattern if it looked like this and one of the lines was horizontal. So like this is a descending wedge right here. This is an ascending wedge right here. This is a falling wedge right here. And this is a rising wedge right here. But what we're seeing is this, the one in the middle, which is a symmetrical triangle pattern. So symmetrical triangle patterns have some very important properties to them, and they generally speaking will do one of two things. They will break up or they will break down. Generally speaking, the third option of the three, moving sideways, is normally not what's going to be picked. But of those two options, either a break to the upside or a break to the downside, one of those is more common, and that is that the market is more likely to break in the direction that the market moved into the pattern. So if we moved bullish and to the upside into the symmetrical triangle pattern, we would be expecting to break bullish and move upwards outside of the symmetrical triangle pattern. How far, you might ask? I will tell you. Symmetrical triangle patterns generally have what is known as a price target based on what is known as their flagpole. If you look at this right here, this is also known as a pennant. If you've ever seen a flag that looks like a triangle, that's called a pennant. A flag is rectangular, a pennant is a triangle. So this is also known as a pennant. A pennant, obviously, since it's a type of a flag, needs a flagpole. If we draw our flagpole right here, what we do to get a price target for this is to extrapolate based off of the breakout, which would put Ethereum trading all the way up to $2,900 on that price target. So that's what we're seeing from this symmetrical triangle pattern right now. We're seeing a $2,900 price target, but we need to look at more than just one pattern to substantiate a claim like that, because saying that Ethereum is going to rally to nearly $3,000 is a big claim. To say we're going to move $600 to the upside, we need to be able to back that up. Now, a couple things about $2,900 that are interesting is that $2,900 was the exact level that we topped out at here on the 26th of May and on the 3rd of June. This level is very important because it's also very close to $3,000, which is what we call a big even. It's a nice, big, even, whole number. People like placing trades around big, even numbers like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25,000, 50,000. People like putting trades around numbers like that. So generally speaking, if someone is trying to sell and trying to take profits out of this market, they're probably going to put a trade around $2,500, $2,750, $3,000, a big whole nice number like that. So $2,900 makes sense as a price target. It is a reasonable place to expect that Ethereum is going to go. And what I'm about to say is not technical, but it is a part of the fundamentals of Ethereum. We're also expecting to see EIP 1559 coming out in August the 4th is, I believe, the expected day of that. There's a certain number of block height that it is expected to roll out, and that hard fork is going to occur, but it's expected to happen around August the 4th. You guys know, because I've talked about this on the channel, I think what that's going to look like is a buy the rumor, sell the news event. I think we're going to see a lot of hype building up to the actual launch and rollout of EIP 1559, and after it happens, we might see a small correction because all of the hype is now worth nothing because the event has already occurred. You know, hype after a video game launches is there, but it's not anywhere near as strong as it was before the game launched. Normally, it all builds up to a climax right at the launch, and that's what we might see happening here. The reason I bring that up is because any bullish technicals that we see right now could be compounded and exacerbated by the market sentiment, the number of people in the market being very excited about Ethereum and therefore buying it and adding buying pressure. So looking at the rest of the market, we can also see that Ethereum is bullish on the MACD, but we've just seen a color change on the histogram. This indicates that we want to see a little bit more sideways movement and that this might be a top. Now, I don't think we're topping out here. I don't think that's what's going to occur, but I do think we need to pay close attention to this because notice whenever the color changes here on the histogram, that is indicating that there is a divergence coming to the histogram on the MACD. MACD stands for moving average convergence divergence. The way you read this is by looking at these two lines, seeing if they're getting further apart or if they are coming closer together. Right now, we're starting to see these two lines switch from spreading out or diverging to converging. So we're seeing what is known as bearish convergence on the MACD. So pay close attention to that. RSI sitting up around 60, so that's not too bad. Looking here at the daily chart, we can also see that there are two bottoms on the market sitting right around $1,790. This is what is known as a double bottom or a double bottom, depending on who you're asking. A double bottom is typically a very bullish thing. It indicates that we've tested we've tested support, and we've managed to hold it. The bulls are strong. We're confident. But what we still need to see, and this is why this $2,400 level I was talking about is so important, is that this double bottom is only one piece of the puzzle. We want to make sure we don't double top here at $2,400, because if we do, then there's just as strong of an argument that we're going to go down. Right now, this double bottom gives us the argument we're going to go up, but if we double top, then it's the same thing in reverse, and it's giving us an argument we're going to go down. So we want to see Ethereum break through $2,400 here, because the way you define a trend is by looking at the highs and the lows. Are we seeing higher highs and higher lows? Or are we not? Are we seeing lower highs and lower lows? Right now, we are seeing similar lows and similar highs, which means we're trading sideways. For us to start moving into an uptrend, we need to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. That's how we would define that we're in an uptrend. So I think I've made the case clear that we are in a very important decision phase for Ethereum.